Hey, fifth grade. Today for reading workshop, we're going to be working in our last slide of the slide deck. We are going to be spending some time on the choice board, and you can find that on the very last slide of the slide deck. So I'm going to go ahead and click up here where your work is, because that's where your copy of the slide deck can be found. I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to go ahead and go to slide 11. I'm going to move my face. I'm going to read through these activities. You're not going to click on these activities. You're going to select one, and then you're going to create another document, and you're going to attach that to this assignment, and then you will turn it in. Kind of the way that you've been doing for Mrs. Steinbach's math assignments. And then we've done this activity in class before when we were reading home. And so hopefully you'll remember how to do that. But if not, just reach out. I can walk you through it in a one-on-one Google Meet and screen sharing, or I can try and describe the process through an email. So it's pretty simple. Plus, I'll try and demonstrate on here too. So the first activity that you have to choose from is to retell the play in the form of a graphic novel. Be sure to include thought and speech balloons, captions, sound effects, and motion lines. So you have quite a few options here. There are some really awesome online comic strip creators or graphic novel apps that you could use. Just make sure that if you do use one of those, that it creates a document of some sort or a link that you can attach to your assignment so that you're able to turn it in and I'm able to see what you created and what you've done. And then the next back up for a second, Miss H. The other option that you have is to use something in the Google Docs suite to create this. So it could be like a Google drawing, it could be a Google slide. You could do a Google Doc, but you're pretty limited to what kind of things that you can add to that. You have a lot more options in the Google Slides or the drawings. Next activity to choose from is to imagine that the story is being turned into a full-length book. Design the cover of the book. Quite a few of you guys did this when we did the home story. It was the selection right before this one. And so hopefully you will remember how you went about that. You created a Google drawing. A lot of you just dropped in a shape first to be the cover of the book, and then you built graphics and word art on top of that. Then the next activity is to write a new scene for the play. Scene 8, in which Poseidon, the god of the sea, confronts Odysseus and his crew about what just happened on the island of the Cyclops. So you're continuing the story and you're just doing that in a scene. So make sure that when you do that you write it like a play and you include any stage directions that would be there. So make sure you tell where it's set, and then make sure that you indicate who's speaking the way that the play did. I would say a Google Doc would suffice for this one, guys. You would just create it in a Google Doc and then you would attach it. The next one, choose any story. It could be a fairy tale, a novel, a different play, or a movie. Rewrite one scene from the story in the format of a play that includes a Greek chorus commenting on the action. So if you remember from the play that we just read, one of the unique features was the Greek chorus, and they were these 3 people that would stand at the edge of the stage, and they would act as narrators, and the actors and actresses on stage couldn't hear them and didn't know they were there. So you would be taking that idea or concept and applying it to a new piece of text or a different story. I think you could probably do that pretty easily using a Google Doc if that's the route you decide to go. Over here, we have read the play and watch the video at Scope Online. Now imagine that you're Zeus, ruler of all the gods, in an essay or a video, tell Odysseus and Polyphemus what you think of their behavior. This is the contest prompt. So if you decide to do this one, you might as well go ahead and enter it. And those details are in the actual play. So you could click on that and it would tell you what you need to upload and then what you need to print off and mail in or email to the contest and when that contest actually is over. And then I think it also tells you about the prizes. So that's an option. So it's kind of similar to this option where you're writing another scene. This one, you're creating that scene in an essay or a video. So it's just slightly different. Write this next activity, write the lyrics to a song from the point of view of any character in the play, even the sheep. Be sure to give your song a title. Optionally, you could set your song to the tune of another song, or you could make up your own original tune and record it. So that's just going above and beyond. But some of you guys are really talented in that area, or you're really good at being a problem solver and finding apps and resources online to help you do things like that. So if that's you, go for it. The next activity, imagine that the play is being turned into a movie. Make a playlist of 3 to 5 songs that would make a great soundtrack to the movie. Include an explanation of why each song should be included. Don't just give me the list of songs. Tell me why it should be there and explain your thinking, guys. And you could do that with a Google Doc. You could also do that in a Google Drawing, and you could add a little graphic or two. So there's lots of possibilities for that one. If we look at the next choice on the board, choose one character and imagine that this character kept a journal during the events of the play. Write that character's journal entries. So you're kind of assuming the persona of that character. You're pretending you are them, and then you're creating a journal that would have been written by them based on the events that were going on in the play. And then the next activity, create a fictional social media account for any character from the play. Be sure to include the handle, a biography, and a series of posts for that character. I recommend you do this in like a Google Drawing or a Google Slide. You're not actually going to create a social media account. We do not want you to do that. That is unsafe. But you're going to create a fake one and you're going to show us what that would look like in a Google Slide or a Google Drawing. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. I would love to help you figure out how to accomplish one of these tasks if you're still confused. But let's pretend that you have chosen your activity and you've created your document that shows me what that activity is. You're going to go back to the assignment in Google Classroom, and you're going to use the Add or Create button, and you're going to go to your Google Drive, and you're going to get that document. Or if this is how you created your document in the first place, then it's already going to be here. So let's say that you decided you were going to do the book cover, then you would click the Add or Create button, you would click the drawings, and then it's going to put that drawing right here. So it's going to automatically be attached to your document or your assignment. I want to quickly show you, you're going to use a lot of the components in the insert menu. So if you were doing a book cover, then you'd probably want to create a shape, a rectangle, and you would make this be your book cover. You could change the color and all of that stuff. You could drop text on top of it, but you do have to do this one first. Otherwise, you have to go in and fiddle around with the arrange menu, and you would have to play around with the order. Like, I want this to be in the back, and so on. So hopefully this helped. When you're all done, go click the turn in button. It'll ask you again, are you sure you want to attach this document? You're going to say yes. Hopefully you'll have fun with today's activity, and it'll be kind of a neat way to culminate our time in that play and reading through it. I love you guys. I hope you're well. I cannot wait to see you in the classroom soon.